Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much more, but most importantly, the story itself. Coming soon from Gamble Comics, BC Brute.
Yeah.
It's not just Smackdown, it is the Great American Smackdown.
Woo!
It is from Rochester, New York, the Blue Cross Arena, and it is the 3rd of July, 2006? Yeah, 2006.
Feels right.
Is a 4th of July, literally the 4th of July episode of
You said this one's the third?
ECW. It's the third.
We'll get there.
Whichever show is closest, but my point is, in 2006, ECW actually happens on the 4th of July. I know this because that's the day that Rob Van Dam loses the ECW title to The Big Show in real life.
Got it. Okay.
And so anyway, I was just bringing up the fact that it doesn't have to be SmackDown, because even when it's ECW in 3 years, I'm still going to give it that red, white, and blue flavor, because I just like doing that. And, you know, they did the same thing. So, Stephanie McMahon is out in the with the live crowd. The ropes are red,
all
white.
grown up.
Yes, the ropes are red, white, and blue.
Woo.
She says tomorrow is Independence Day, but tonight we celebrate. And, you know, we get the fireworks, the hype package, the yada yada.
Yada yada.
But before she can get much more out, we hear "No chance." That's what you got. and so Steph is not happy that her dad's interrupting her.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And Mr. McMahon, while he's putting his arm around his daughter and giving her a big old hug, and he's happy to see her, he's like, "My billion-dollar princess, I'm so glad that we're here tonight." He says, "You know what, Steph? I want to see a bikini contest." And so Stephanie's she can't wrestle a mic away from her dad, but she's like, "Why are we doing this, Dad? We don't have to." He's like, "We're doing a bikini contest." So he throws out a mic and they leave, and she's like upset and like trying to talk him out of it. So as they walk off, as we go out of frame, the Taz and Cole go over how that not only we're getting a bikini contest that we didn't know we were getting, but tonight Hulk Hogan challenges Maven Huffman for the television championship, and if Hulk Hogan doesn't win,
he's going to get the F out.
He's being exiled from Alpha Entertainment Worldwide. And so...
Come on, Maven.
So Taz says, not just that, but did you hear? The Regal Counter Threat are getting a shot at Federation of Sylvain
The faction.
yes. Nunzio Dupree and Sylvain tonight. Which, the reason I bring this up is normally guys have to earn their way to title shots, but they're getting a pity
title match.
Title shot because
which
of
I'm perfectly fine with.
Nowinski. And so the reason I have spent so much time at the announce table hyping up what's happening is because while they were doing their thing, Funaki is now in the ring. Goldberg's music hits, and unfortunately, it's a spear, it's a jackhammer, it's a kick to the head. It's that
I've seen a Goldberg match.
So Bill Goldberg defeats Funaki.
He tried though, and that's all we care about.
And so, in the short time of this match, it is seen that Tajiri is on the rampway, on the stage, and he's looking on, and nobody knows specifically why he's here.
Sure.
But it's implied that perhaps Tajiri is against the robotic nature of Goldberg and wants to be supportive of Funaki. Maybe. We're just making guesses.
I mean, Tajiri's a great guy like that, so it makes sense.
And so, again, it's just creating a little mystery, a little intrigue.
For sure.
Up next, we have Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore, now just a duo, not a trio, taking on Magic Mark and Vascular Val with Jack Johnny on the outside
2-on-2 action.
of the ring. So the Iron Addicts versus the Mattitude Followers, or whatever you want to call it, Team Mattitude, whatever.
I'm about to say Team Matt Hardy.
So Val Venus lost last week, as you might recall.
I do recall.
And this week he gets a win over Shannon Moore in the tag match, because not only is it the idea that I want to keep the Iron Addicts believable, but post-match, even after a commercial break, post-match, Matt is tearing down Shannon verbally, and Shannon looks, down, defeated almost.
Yeah.
And I forgot that I did this here. I knew it was coming, but while Shannon is hurt, Matt stops berating him and almost looks longingly toward the Iron Addicts. And not just does he look toward them, he rips off his version 1 shirt and reveals his physique to them. And
tell us something about it.
and so Shannon is both berated and hurt, and now he's confused. He's like, what the heck is going on here? You are nutcase Matt Hardy.
Took a while to realize that, but yeah.
While this confusion segment happens, we unfortunately can't play the music that I want to play, but when the package starts, when the video plays, we see that the World Breaker is returning, and this hype package it doesn't just show that Mark Henry was the first ever television champion.
Yeah.
It doesn't just show that he was in the Nation of Domination. It doesn't just show that he was in the Olympics. It is a complete and total everything of the Mark Henry character. I mean, we'll leave out the Mae Young hand thing, but I don't need that in my Henry hype package.
Just good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna put over the good stuff, but it's a package nonetheless that shows Mark Henry's coming back, and that, as anybody who's watched this show knows, makes my day, because I love me some Mark Henry. And had it not been for the fact that he was out hurt, he would have probably been on a never-ending title reign.
Yeah.
So up next is the Regal Counter Threat taking on the Team Extreme Tornado Champions, Nunzio, Dupree, and Sylvan. And as I said, this is
a pity match.
It's not stated that we're doing this because of Chris Nowinski, but the crowd clearly is on the side of the Regal Counter Threat. Everybody,
for the first time ever, I think.
Correct. Yeah, it's the first time they've ever been treated as good guys. And that's the thing, is like, everything that they take is taken in such a way as to make them sympathetic. Yeah. Dupree is freaking humongous anyway.
Yeah, big guy.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Sylvan isn't small, but he's smaller than Dupree, and Nunzio is crafty as all get out.
Yeah.
And so, in my mind, primarily Rene Dupree is going at Tess nonstop, because they're the two biggest boys in the match.
Yeah, it makes sense. Gotta get your meat on meat action.
And so Landstorm and Nunzio are staying quite active toward one another.
Makes sense.
While Sylvan
is getting out wrestled by Regal. I can't really even.
So not only is Regal out wrestling him, but Sylvan, because it's Tornado Rules.
Yeah.
Because it's a chaotic match. Because you can do anything. Sylvan uses some of William Regal's own tactics against him. He pokes him in the eye.
Oh, he cheats. Look at you.
He uses brass knuckles. He knocks out William Regal. And Sylvan pins King William to retain the Team Extreme Tornado Championships.
How do I saw picking up the win? Good for him.
Right? And so, as Federacion exit
Again, I respect you for
the ringside area, and Queen Terry raises the fallen corpse of King William in almost a mirror image of Superman holding Supergirl in Crisis on Infinite Earth. Like, she's not holding him up.
Dang, I can't pull that up.
Yeah, she's not holding him up, but she's holding his head up off the mat, right?
I was about to say, I'd love to see Terry Princess Carrie.
I wish, but I wish, but I just don't see her having it in her. So she's just holding his head up off the mat. And at this point, Test and Lance Storm, they kneel down beside Terry, who's got Regal, and the whole crowd is just devastated at this point.
Shit, this is a hell of a video.
And well, it gets worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
So when Regal comes to, he's not happy about what's happening, and so Regal is angry, and he blames Night Test and Bishop Storm. He says, "You were nothing but pawns in this game, trying to keep me at a high level, and yet my rook is gone forever. I don't even want you. I don't need you."
Damn.
And Terry, you've never been anything but a leech on everyone in this business. I don't care if it was Brian Pillman or Dustin Rhodes. Just stay away from me. And so
I'll take that well.
And so Regal leaves. Terry is devastated in ring, and while the Storm and Test don't know what to do, guess what you hear?
The JBL Cowbells or something.
Well, it's close. It's another billionaire. Vince McMahon comes out,
and
he says, "Terry, wipe those tears.
Oh Lord,
it's time for the real main event."
That's gross.
And so Vince McMahon literally he tells Test and Lance to lift her up, and they're like, I don't know what to do. So they help her up.
I know I don't want to be fired. So.
And so they help her up, and he's like, "Get the hell out of my ring," right?
Oh damn.
And so Vince is like, "Ha ha ha," and he has Dawn Marie come out, and
Dawn Marie's still in the company.
And so she has already been flirting with Vince anyway, so she rubs up and down Vince, and she's wearing like a robe, and he says, "All right, well, I hope you got a bikini under there, Terry, but if you don't, it's a showtime." But before either Dawn or Terry can begin to disrobe, we hear a very familiar Attitude Era theme song, and it starts with a whip when Sable returns for this red, white, and blue bikini contest.
USA.
Yes, and so Vince, it's that Stacy Keibler on a table meme of Vince. He's just going wild.
Yeah.
And so like it's every different form of like not being able to wrap your head around this moment. So Terry's devastated. She's crying, and she's in like business, almost business attire, because she was the intellectual.
She was the queen.
Yeah, she was the queen. She was the piece with all the moves in the Regal Country Threat, and she hasn't yet disrobed. Dawn Marie, who wanted to throw herself at Vince, hasn't disrobed, and then Sable comes out, and when she enters the ring, she immediately disrobes.
Yeah, that sounds like Sable.
And so, much like the time with
Sable in WWE.
Correct. Yeah, not the real Rena Mero, but when she immediately disrobes, much like the time she had handprints, she has stars with tassels.
The American Indian.
Yeah, exactly. Red, white, and blue all day. And so Vince declares Sable the winner for the sake of the segment.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
and actually, just for the sake of the segment, Dawn will disrobe, and he'll walk out with both. And so Terry she never disrobes. She just sits in the corner and she's distraught. Distraught. Yeah. And so
poor Terry.
When we go to break, I'm gonna just say that whoever the ring announcer was, Tony Chimmel probably helps.
2003, yeah, it feels right.
He's gonna help Terry out of the ring and make it all be okay-ish. Yeah. And when we come back, that's when we hear the the stock market and the cows and the exactly all of the JBL-ness of it all. But in this case, it's what everybody knows as.
Still have the limo? Are we doing the limo at this point?
He hasn't yet come out in it, but this can be the debut of JBL's limo.
Cool.
And so,
Just curiosity.
in this segment, we hear the music that everybody knows as the Layfield League of Champions music.
Mm-hmm.
We see a white stretch limousine come. The driver parks, gets out, opens the door. Out first is Danny Holiday, followed by Doug Basham, then Orlando Jordan, Billy Kidman. Last out, next to last out is JBL, and last out, JBL.
Introducing
the
absolute maven.
Yeah, at this point, all of the guys who have exited the vehicle are now like celebratory for their champion. And so it's so much pomp, it's so much circumstance, it's confetti, it's the American flag, the American flag unfurls, and I do this because normally you think of the American flag unfurling and it's Hulk Hogan doing his pose, Hogan must pose, brother. But I thought, wouldn't it be ironic if all of the pomp and circumstance that normally goes to Hogan happens before he comes out?
I like that.
That way, that when he comes out, it's just like.
It's just an old guy coming out.
What do I do? I guess I'll do this, cut my hair or whatever. Yeah. And so, just like every other LLC match, they work as a complete unit. It's 6-on-1. It's the odds are so stacked against Hogan that it's not even funny. But here's the thing: it's Hulk Hogan. And he
hawks up.
Yeah, exactly. When Maven is
punching him,
is trying to keep him down, he works his way up, and
so he got the jowls going.
So when Hogan gives Maven the boot and runs to the ropes, he gets hit in the back by Orlando Jordan. Okay. But when Hogan turns around, he points the finger at him, punches him. Yeah. Wow. And so he takes a bump.
Big 80s style comedy bump.
And so then Hogan goes to the other rope. He bounces off. This time Danny Holiday hits him. Same thing, punch, fall. We do it again over with Kidman and then with Basham. So now the only man left standing is JBL. And Maven is down in the ring ready to take the big boot.
About to say.
But when JBL steps...
leg.
But when... Yeah. I said boot. I meant...
Yeah, you already hit the boot.
Yeah, you already hit the boot. You're right. So when JBL stands up, he doesn't try and touch Hogan. Yeah. He's actually talking to Charles Robinson, and so he's like, "Do you see this? How is this match still going?"
He just punched my friend.
Yeah, exactly. He's taken out the LLC, the Layfield League of Champions. Yeah. And so while JBL is talking with Charles Robinson, that's when, out of nowhere, I'm gonna say, off from commentary side of things, Vince McMahon slides into frame with
tears both his quad
with the TV title, hits Hogan over the head with it, and then Maven puts one hand on Hogan's chest. Vince rolls out 1, 2, 3. Maven retains, and it's Vince getting his final screw job on Hogan in the storyline, getting his revenge for what happened at Bash of the Beach. And
I think it was 2003, so Vince is like 60.
And so the moral of the story, the point of the whole thing is, so Hulk Hogan legitimately in real life walks out of WWE and then gets fired by Vince in real life because of the Mr. America storyline.
I couldn't remember what this one was.
Because of money disputes, him and Piper, and all this drama.
All this dumb stuff that doesn't actually matter.
And so I was like, to tie this all up, to make it all make sense, so we don't do the Hogan and Vince match at Mania, we do it at Bash of the Beach.
Yep.
We
done and dusted.
Always try to have, or at least I always try to have Hulk Hogan at my Great American shows. And like, for instance, last year he lost to Mark Henry for the television title. This year he lost to Maven for the television title. But, because he's the real American hero, the whatever, he's the gimmick. The Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, he's not a G.I. Joe
type character, yeah.
But yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this will be a way to ease Vince back into storyline because we hadn't seen him since the WWF lost to WCW.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
And also, I needed him back because I'm going to tell two stories that happened in real life differently, but similarly. The Vince versus Stephanie match, which I didn't like, but it led to the Vince versus Undertaker match, Buried Alive, that I also can't say I loved, but it was a way to get Undertaker from where he is to where he needs to be. And so I was like, I guess I'll just stick with that path because it's the path of least resistance. It's the thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
They didn't make up a whole new story. So
Yeah, because how else besides burying the biker taker do you get the dead man back?
And you can always put them in a casket and then like
light it on fire.
And then like have the projection come up on the screen and then it flies.
Oh, that one, yeah.
I'm about to say, which of the 9 times that Undertaker get buried did you want to bring up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I said, I just keep those reality things, and like Vince is a creep, so I have him do creepy things.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Doesn't make it right, but it makes it make sense.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Sable's back. Hogan's gone. Terry's now sympathetic.
Regal Counter Fred's dead.
Oh yeah, the Regal Counter Fred is dead, but Regal is vicious. He's not even a gentleman villain. He's just a straight up villain. And
he's a villain.
And Test and Lance Storm are in a place where they're trying to figure out who they are.
Okay.
And that's actually going to be a lot of fun here in the next coming weeks leading into SummerSlam because, yeah.
I was about to say, that's in what, 2 months? A month?
Well, it's in August, and we're in July, so...
Oh, that's right. You're official. As of this show, we're in July.
Yeah, so my point just was, that was the Great American Smackdown.